Have you ever felt a little lost when it comes to prayer? Maybe you've wondered if you're doing it right, what to say, or if it even makes a difference. If so, you're in great company. In fact, you're standing right alongside Jesus' own disciples. Let's travel back in time for a moment. Picture this scene from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 11. Jesus has just finished praying. He's often slipping away to these quiet moments, and the disciples are watching. They've seen him perform incredible miracles, teach with unmatched authority, and debate the smartest religious leaders of the day. But when they finally get a moment to ask him for one specific lesson, what do they choose? They don't say, "Lord, teach us how to heal the sick." They don't ask, "Lord, teach us how to win an argument," or "teach us how to preach a powerful sermon." Their request is much more personal, much more fundamental. One of them steps forward and says, "Lord, teach us to pray." Think about the weight of that question. They saw something in Jesus' prayer life that was different. It wasn't just a religious duty he was checking off a list. It was a source of power, of clarity, of an unbreakable connection with God the Father. When Jesus prayed, it was like watching someone come home. The disciples saw that intimacy, that confidence, and they realized it was the one thing they were missing. They wanted what he had. Fast forward 2,000 years, and that desire is just as real today. In our world of endless distractions, notifications pinging, and a constant pressure to perform, that deep down need for connection hasn't gone away. So many of us, even those who have been believers for years, still carry that same uncertainty. How do I start? Am I just talking to the ceiling? What if my mind wanders? Does God really hear me in the middle of my chaotic life? What's so beautiful about this story is Jesus' reaction. He doesn't shame them for their uncertainty. He doesn't say, "You've been with me all this time, and you still don't know how to pray?" Not at all. He welcomes the question. He leans in. Their honesty and vulnerability create a powerful teaching moment. And what does he teach them? He gives them what we now call the Lord's Prayer. But it's crucial to understand this wasn't meant to be a magic formula or a script to be recited without thinking. It was a model, a blueprint, a set of guideposts for their own conversations with God. Let's break it down. He starts with, "Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name." That's about reverence and relationship. We begin by remembering who we're talking to, a holy God who is also our loving Father. It sets our perspective right from the start. Then, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so in earth." This is surrender. It's about aligning our desires with God's purpose, not just handing him our shopping list of demands. It's saying, "God, what you want is more important than what I want." Next, "Give us day by day our daily bread." This is about trust and dependence. It's an honest admission that we need God for everything, from our physical food to our spiritual and emotional strength for the day ahead. It keeps us humble and grateful. Then comes a really challenging part. "And forgive us our sins, for we also forgive everyone that is indebted to us." This is about grace and reconciliation. We ask for the forgiveness we so desperately need. And in the same breath, we commit to extending that same forgiveness to others. It connects our vertical relationship with God to our horizontal relationships with people. Finally, "And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil." This is a plea for spiritual protection and guidance. It's acknowledging that we are weak and we need God's strength to navigate the moral and spiritual challenges we face every single day. So, reverence, surrender, trust, forgiveness, and protection. It's a complete framework. It's not about using the exact words, but about embracing these postures of the heart. In our age of constant noise and scrolling, the act of prayer is more vital than ever. It's the way we consciously unclutter our souls. It is how we turn down the volume of the world so we can hear the voice of God. It's how we realign our frantic, distracted hearts with His steady, loving will. The disciples' simple request teaches us two incredibly liberating truths. First, prayer is a learned skill. No one is born an expert. It's something we grow into, something we practice, and something we can get better at. It's a journey, not a destination. And second, it is perfectly okay to admit we need help. It's okay to be vulnerable and say, God, I don't know what I'm doing, but I want to know you more. Teach me. That honest admission is the very door through which God's grace and guidance begin to flow. Jesus was willing to teach his disciples then, and he is just as willing to teach us now. The only prerequisite is a humble heart, willing to ask the same simple, profound question they did. Lord, teach us to pray. Thanks so much for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more content like this. We'd love to have you as part of our community. See you next time.